Roll it.
Oh.
A lot of good comments on last week. Bullet.
Yeah?
Yep. I told them don't make it a habit of they like me better holding a book. I don't know what they meant by that, Bullet.
Well, if they want a little fire from old Jake Manning,
brother.
they need to follow me on the Twitter account or the Facebook these
Buddy,
days.
they said, man. Oh, yeah. That's it. No, yeah. I got to earn that back. Bullet, okay? Yeah, bro, they said, dang, look at that comeback Bullet made. I said, dang, man, yeah, he got a little fire in him. He got a little, just don't drop that ring on that damn floor.
Listen, don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years. It's been well documented. Mostly lying flat on my back, but that's beside the point.
You're going to make that famous.
I'm going to try. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of Dad, You Don't Work,
Yes.
You Wrestle. You hear the claps. You know what time it is. George, how was your weekend?
Bullet, my weekend was tremendous, believe it or not, Bullet. And again, right off the bat, a lot of great feedback on the switcheroo that we pulled, little Killer Bee switcheroo last week, Bullet.
Yep.
I don't know how to take it as a compliment or what. They said they like me holding the book. But anyway, we don't want to change things,
Nope.
Bullet.
This is George South TV.
Yeah, and I appreciate. Thank you so much, Bullet. Had a great week, Bullet. Again, my guys up in Rondon, North Carolina. Talking about pain and agony, Bullet. Having to go wrestle in a town that reminds you of somebody. Oh, that's rough, Bullet. Oh, that's rough, Bullet. Dang. But anyway, got through it. Okay, no cell phone service, no nothing, Bullet. Had a great little crowd there. Beautiful building, Bullet. So that was Saturday night. Took Tessa Blanchard up there with me. They had a great time with her. It's kind of funny because I was put into their Hall of Fame, which was kind of neat, Bullet.
Okay.
I didn't even know why, but it was kind of neat because they told me I was going to be in it and then wanted me to be surprised when I got in it. But I did. It all worked out real good. Me and Tessa had a little tag match with a couple of our guys, so all that went good, Bullet. So
very Joey Ryan, Candice LeRae.
Yes, very much. And Bullet, I don't know what it is, and that's what's so exciting about this wrestling business that we're in. You don't know what to expect. And Bullet, that night, and I'm very proud of it, I had the opportunity to sell more of this second greatest book ever written that night in that little old town than I've ever done in one night. I knew before the show started when one gentleman, a nice gentleman, big fans of the opposition TV show, the Caleb Zane Riley Hour.
Oh, they're already canceled. Don't worry.
Good. Okay.
I took care of that. Don't worry.
Okay.
I took care of that.
So, a guy had their T-shirt on. Of course, I told him, I said, man, I can't get away from them two guys on your shirt. And he said, excuse me. I said, oh, no, I was just joking, okay? I was just joking. But anyway, and he bought 2 books right off the bat. Said he brought some extra money. I was very proud of that, Bullet. So, and then it just had a good night of that book, And that's what makes it so exciting. You never know when you're going to sell a lot of books. So, thank you, everybody, that night, Bullet, for the books that they purchased. And it was just a great show, Bullet. Had a great opportunity. Of course, I ran into, we go in 10 different directions, Sonny and Cher, but every now and then, Bullet, we cross.
Yes, we do.
And it was a real pleasure, Sunday, to see you and Mrs. Bullet out for an afternoon on the town, and we saw each other.
Well, it was funny is I had an inkling that you were probably in the restaurant because I saw, of course, a maroon car with the Dallas Cowboy license plate on the front of it, and I go, hold on a minute, and I just looked in the back seat and I saw a bunch of WWE VHS tapes. And I go, yep, George is here. George is here. We'll make a point to go see him.
So I've got to learn. If I'm going to hide out, I got to get rid of the Unforgiven. The Unforgiven VHS tapes in the Batmobile from like 10 years ago.
You got to do a little better than hiding the Batmobile.
It's good, boy. And we're the nice little part here in Charlotte. Of course, had a great game. Enjoyed a Cowboy game with my 2 daughters who worked there, so it was just a great time. Of course, this week, Bullet, I'm very excited about going to Mooresboro, North Carolina. This coming for, I think it's Hardcore Championship Wrestling. And, of course, they've got one of the hardcore legends, Sabu, is going to be there. So, I know. And this building, I hope it can stand, because this building is a real old high school good wrestling building. And Sabu is coming to Mooresboro, North Carolina. So, I'll be right there. Of course, the second greatest book will be right there, Bullet. And also, I wanted to just mention real quick, I had a lot of questions this week about The other book, we won't even get into that, but I do have that second book. I didn't have any with me, the one that my good friend Dick Bourne, our buddy from Mid-Atlantic Gateway, did.
Am I going to have to hold 2 books on this show?
No, we won't do that. And
I'm going to need double. Okay?
I'm telling you, and it's not...
I can only put one person over at a time, George.
It's not over as much to even get its own TV show. But this is... I wanted to throw this in. It got me thinking about Dick Bourne. You know... that Jeff Smith, who we named our idiot bag after, who hates everybody in the world, and everybody knows our history with him. Well, when my friends, he was friends with the Mid-Atlantic Gateway. Well, the Mid-Atlantic Gateway they got rid of him too, for no other reason but that he took a shot at Mid-Atlantic Gateway's friends. Long story short, this week Mid-Atlantic Gateway gets an apology letter from that goof, from Jeff Smith, apologizing. And of course, Mid-Atlantic Gateway asked him, shouldn't this letter been sent to George and Little George? But I ain't heard nothing from the guy. But he's apologizing to Mid-Atlantic Gateway for his actions. I still think he's an idiot, Bullet, and will continue to think that. So,
yes, we'll continue to name the bag after.
That's exactly right. So, with all that being said, a good way to tie all this back in, Bullet, this week do I have an unbelievable idiot to go in the Jeff Smith idiot bag. Bullet, listen, the funniest thing about this, I'd hate to see what kind of trouble we get into if we went looking for trouble. Do you know what I'm saying? Well, this week, Bullet, and I don't know these. That's the most amazing thing about our idiot bag is I don't know any of these people. I've never did business with them. I've never sold them a book that didn't have no pictures in it.
Yeah.
I never sold them a canvas that was dirty or anything, Bullet, but somebody took, now of all things, Bullet, you're going to really, we may switch places again when this one's done,
okay.
Bullet. But listen, this week, and I've never heard of it, there's a page called Trash Bag Wrestlers, okay? And
I'm familiar.
And I had seen it occasionally. Anyway, well...
Zane Riley, a long time...
Oh my gosh, I've been looking for him. But anyway, so they took my logo, which... my EWA logo. It's the 2 babies, of course, from the Old Southwest.
Yes.
And my 3 crosses. Well, anyway.
Which Tom Pritchard had an amazing shirt of that, by the way.
He sure did. Yes, he did. Thank you for that. And I'll tie all that in. They put my logo up there, and just some guy said, okay, how do y'all feel about this? Okay? I mean, if you can believe this, Bullet. So, naturally, you would not even believe it, Bullet. So people started commenting on my logo. Okay? My logo. Talking about, and it was a lot of vulgar stuff, if you can believe it. The two babies are making love to each other. I mean, this is what's coming out of these stupid people. But anyway, none of that crap bothered me. So, of course, I'm tagged in all of it, Bullet.
Yeah.
So, and then everybody's just saying, okay, I'm sick. And then one gentleman said, I'm just sick and tired of Christians, people that ain't a Christian, trying to use that to make money. So that got me a little fired up, Bullet.
You mean the Old Southwest logo? You're tired of Christians using
Oh yeah, exactly. So here's what I just got on there and said, for you idiots that have not asked, let me explain to you. The babies are from the Old Southwest Territory, which I loved as a kid. And I said the 3 crosses remind me daily of that Jesus died for me and a bunch of idiots on Facebook. So that may not have set well with them. But anyway, Bullet, listen to me. This is what I'm getting at real quick here. It opened up the floodgates. I just took a step back, Bullet, and it went from my logo to they went ballistic on this thing, Bullet. Over 250 comments and posts. And now I had people that I never met got on there and said, listen, George South's been doing these shows for a long time. He uses them to reach people, kind of uplift people. Of course, everybody come in with a smart A comment. But Bullet, there was one gentleman, okay? And I had to...
One gentleman of
one out of all of them. I don't like him. And it really ticked me off, Bullet. His name, the idiot of this week, and I'm calling him right out, Bullet, is Stephen R. Adelise. I guess that's how you pronounce it. I guess.
Okay, Adelise.
But this guy got on here, Bullet. This guy got on there, openly challenged me, okay? He said, I'm not in the best of health, but if George South wants to meet me in the ring, we'll settle this, because I don't think he's a Christian.
Well, how about a parking lot? I don't want to waste the time setting up
the
ring
for
you to fight. And so just do it in the grass like we do.
Here's what I'm getting at. And he said, but before I take this booking, I got to get more than a hot dog. What? Listen.
Ain't if you're gonna pay off, that's a little high of a standard.
What is he thinking?
I'm not gonna waste the time to set my ring.
No.
It's a perfect good parking lot for you two to fight.
That's exactly. And here's what's so funny. Tell him to book it. We ain't going through the trouble.
Yeah.
Bullet. Oh my gosh! And listen, I'm hot. I'm hot over the stupid hot dog. Listen, Bullet. I have never, to this day, 40 years in the business, I have never. Now, people, hey, when the houses was bad, they knew coming in, you may not get. I have never, and I'm calling this stupid Steven out right now. I ain't never paid nobody a hot dog. I wouldn't spend that much on them. Bullet, you understand? Most of them ain't worth a hot dog.
If they did get a hot dog, they stole it from you.
Yeah, you owe me something back. So,
there you go.
Stephen R. Adelez, I mean, what does he think, Bullet, that I'm just going to look him up? And then I just backed off and shut up about it. So, he spent the next 2 days, and I'm serious, he spent the next 2 days, I told you George South was a chicken. George South got quiet when I started questioning his
No, he
his
just doesn't want to
Christianity.
set up a ring and
Oh
promote
my
a show
gosh.
for you to
Exactly. Exactly. Oh my gosh. So Stephen R. Adelez is the biggest idiot of this past week, Bullet. That whole thing was, which stuff like that don't bother me. So Steve he is in the idiot bullet. Anybody can have their comment on that logo, but even one sensible person got on there after about 250 posts and said, "You're kidding me, right?" Said, "This is still going on after 3 days," and it just. What are people thinking? Do they think we're going to drop? We're trying to make a living here, Bullet. They think we're going to drop everything we're going to do, go set up a ring, and fulfill this guy's challenge, which is the stupidest thing in the world. And here's the whole thing about it, Bullet. Oh my gosh, you do the work. That's what I'm getting at. You go ahead. You book the bill and set up the ring and all that. Then we'll come to you. Well, if you mail us a payoff, okay?
Exactly.
But anyway, that was his comment, Bullet. It really upset me. Not about the wrestling part. I had a lot of people, my friends, commented on it, and I just simply backed off. I mean, they want you. Matter of fact, and this summed up what I'm going to say, and I'm going to shut up. One person got on there after reading 250 comments and said, "Man, this page was going downhill," and I quit coming to it. But he said, "Oh man," he said, "I'm going to start coming to it now." So you realize right then, that's all their life consists of, Bullet, is that stupid, ridiculous little world that they live in. So anyway, I'm just glad to see, and I ended it and won't go back to it, but my last comment was, dang, said, "Man, I got over 200 people talking about Jesus." Dang, that's a pretty good day, boy. That's a pretty good day.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm just glad to see that not only do I get heat like crazy, but my simple logo. Because I told him, if you do history, you'll find, like you just said about Tom
Southwest
Pritchard,
Championship Wrestling.
Southwest
And
Championship
Tom Pritchard had a
Wrestling.
wonderful shirt of just the babies wrestling, and I knew that. That's the Southwest. And
That's
I knew
exactly
that was
right.
the ode that you were trying to do right there. And for you to do that, you were making fun of Joe Blanchard and Tully Blanchard
exactly
and the family
right.
work right there. So
And that's what I told him.
that's
If
true
you
to
idiots
too.
would get on Facebook and do some research, you'd see what that logo
and it's
come
really
from.
amazing the weird stuff that people are. Oh, they'll make a joke about something and they have no idea the whole history of something. It boggles my mind. Like there's still people that it goes over their head when I put highspots.com on the bottom of my booth. They understand why I'm doing that.
Yeah.
They don't understand some stuff like just the simple jokes like what that mean.
That's exactly
Nobody
right.
gets it.
That's exactly right, Bullet. And then they take the air out of it when they want you to explain what you meant by that. No, you got to get it right then when it was fun to give it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, if you didn't get it, then you weren't cool enough.
No, that's exactly right. That's right. So
Trust me, I'm not cool for a lot of things. Trust me.
Me neither. Dang, just leave my
Especially
logo.
getting the winning envelope, I'm definitely not cool with that.
Just leave my logo alone. Dang, Bullet. Just my logo got all kind of heat about it. So anyway, with all that being said, and I just always get very upset. But I mean, I don't care about the wrestling part of it. But man, I'm not perfect, as you know. Don't say amen, but I'm not perfect, Bullet. But I do. I mean, I really do try to do what's right, Bullet. Do anything to work for anybody, and it's just amazing. I'm just sad that I didn't get this much heat when I was one of Dusty's guys. That's all I'm saying. Dang, I missed my calling, Bullet. Anyway, okay, I'm done. He's in the idiot bag.
Sitting
I'm
there
happy.
clapping while Dusty gave himself the game ball.
Yeah,
Dust. You deserve that game ball, Dust.
That's a true story. Real quick, Bullet. We're in his office. When Dusty had a meeting, brother, everybody came to that meeting. I'm talking about Klondike Bill. I'm talking about from Ric Flair to Klondike. Everybody had to get in his office and listen to him. It's a very true story. Nobody left. The meeting didn't start till the door was shut. Well, I'm talking back then. Everybody was eating good and living good. So we're talking Road Warriors, Powers of Pain. I mean, we had some big guys.
Probably an office the size of Studio R.
Oh,
here.
exactly. That's exactly right. And you had the whole Mid-Atlantic Jim Crockett crew in that room, and Dusty would not start till that door was shut. But one particular, and Dusty, everybody's loving it. listen, there's nothing under a Porsche parked in a park. Well, there was one, a Nissan, that was mine. But I had to park across the street because you couldn't get to the parking lot with all the limousines and the Porsches. But a true story, Dusty always gave out a game ball. And it was always like a gift certificate, some big restaurant, some fancy place. And I'll never forget, every week, the Four Horsemen got the game ball. Or Dusty. Did they need a game ball? They already had the team. Boy, me and Rocky King starving is what I'm talking about. Just dying for that game ball. But Dad burn it. Four Horsemen, them making $500,000 a year, got the game balls. I still upset
Steamboat
over that.
standing up in those meetings asking for the underneath guys.
Oh
to give
yes,
him
he
more money.
did. Oh my gosh, I love Ricky
Who
Steamboat.
I saw this weekend. It looks
Oh.
fantastic. You know,
I
big
think
smile
something's
on
in the
his
works. I don't know. He looks so good. He looks too good to be retired. That's all I'm saying. I'm not starting
For
no rumors.
somebody that went through that grind, I mean, he was a producer and he was on the road a considerable amount of time. For
Yes.
somebody to do that much road miles, even after your career, and for him to still look as good as he
That's
does,
exactly right.
and in bright spirits, I think says something right.
Me too. What a tremendous, super guy. You know, boy, and we'll end it with this, and I've shared this with you. And all the guys that I've ever booked and been on shows with and used for autograph sessions, any kind of convention shows or anything, he is the only guy, and I'm not putting anybody else down, but he's the only guy that gave me back some of his payoff. What a tremendous guy, Bullet. Really, he just did. He said, here, boom, take care of some of your guys. So just amazing guy, Bullet. But anyway, so but they all got the game ball. Me and Rocky King got my Nissan and just went on to like 7-Eleven. So anyway.
Well, Dusty tossed that game ball in the air.
Yes, he sure did. Dang, man, just give me one game ball. But anyway, so great stories, Bullet. Thank you so much for this week. We got our idiot out of the way, so we're all good. So we'll see what the odds are of me getting somebody hot again this week, Bullet. And you, Jeff Smith, if you're going to apologize to me. Don't apologize to Mid-Atlantic Gateway. They didn't do nothing. So anyway, I didn't do nothing either, really. But anyway, so okay, I'm done.
All right. Well, you know, there's a lot of. We talked about some game balls, and of course Peyton Manning just got the big game ball.
Oh, did you see the newscaster, the stupidest guy in the world, Bullet, called him a big video of Peyton Manning, his record broken, record day. He's with his family, and they called him Gary Payton, the golfer. The newscaster did. The whole, I mean, oh my gosh. And that's Peyton Manning. He called him Gary Payton.
Yeah, it's not the glove. You know what I'm saying? The glove, Gary Payton.
Yeah, he said, and suck the air out of the whole room, Bullet. Peyton, what the hell? Oh, you give the ball back? I didn't get the record day? How can you mispronounce his name? That's something not like I would do. But anyway, okay.
But you know, a game ball that's just as valuable as a wonderful book, which is available at highspots.com.
Thank you. Yes, thank you. Very good.
I think I got my tagline right.
We'll take it.
Words a little bit tough this week. You know.
Wasn't the golfer? Who's the golfer? Gary Payton. They called him the golfer. Peyton something.
No, you're thinking of somebody else. Gary Payton, Supersonics.
Yeah, exactly.